Alright, here I am changing the oil in my 2013 TT-R230. Just thought I'd share a few first impressions. I've just done the obvious, taken the drain bolt out. Not really fond of how it just drips past the skid plate there in the bottom. Probably should have taken it off. Just didn't feel like disassembling the whole bike, but also took the filter out. There it is right there. Love having a filter, but kind of just drains down the side of the engine case on its way down into the pan. I don't know if I wish there was a better way, but kind of makes a mess. You're gonna need a 19mm socket to take your bolt out. I'll show you what that looks like here. There it is with your spring, O-ring. That just all comes out right there. Make sure it doesn't drop into the pan, or if it does, at least fetch it out. Another recommendation I'd make is removing this puppy. It kind of just sits there in the way for obvious reasons, so taking that off was a cinch. Found it might be kind of useful to tip the bike a little bit just to get some last of the oil out of there. Okay, so I've been reading the manual, and it says to remove the oil filter, clean it with solvent, and then reinstall. Been wondering what kind of solvent to be putting into my engine through my oil filter. I called my local dealer and talked to their service department, and he simply said, you and I both know that there's no way to get all of the oil out of an engine, and some residual will remain, so just make sure it's free of any gunk or nastiness and put it back in. So I feel good about that. That's what I'll be doing. Be sure to tighten your oil filter case to 7 Newton meters. That tightens up right there. Now, according to the manual, I believe these two are supposed to be 7 Newton meters. This is supposed to be 10, but I don't have an Allen with a torque wrench, so kind of guess and check on that one. Alright, next step is to reinstall your drain bolt with the spring, the O-rings there, and your screen. That goes to 43 Newton meters. Then you add 1 quart of oil. I'm using 10W40. 1.1 quarts if you removed the filter, which we did, so I'll be adding just a touch more from another bottle. Alright, got our oil in there. Be sure to install this again. That would be an ugly mess to forget. Now don't forget, or you'll be quickly reminded, to put your shift lever back on. Good time to adjust that if you wanted that at a different height. Now for the fun part. Pull that choke out, put your ignition on, start the bike. Let my bike idle a few minutes. I'm kind of tilting it to sit flat so it's not leaning against the peg over there, and looks like it's sitting right about good. Not too much, not too little. Alright, last step is checking the oil pressure. It involves loosening this Johnny to let oil out while you let it idle. So it's supposed to seep a little bit of oil. If no oil comes out after 60 seconds, turn your bike off immediately so it doesn't seize. That's according to the owner's manual. So we'll see what happens. Okay, well, let's see if some oil seeps out. That's about all there is to it. One last step. All right.